Welcome back. It's around 4:30 p.m. On 29th of September, and I'm here back for markets क्या लगता है. Okay, so before we talk about markets क्या लगता है, let me make one thing openly open. Last week's trade, the stop loss got hit. Although I during the video I talked about another trade. If you would have taken that trade, you would have been able to book profits on one day previous to expiry day. That is what we always do. And today, today's trade that I am proposing is a trade where we are going to be taking around 48,733 rupees of margin, which is again an IC Iron Condor, where we are going to be writing 16,300 PE and 17,300 PE, and again 16,300 PE we are buying 16,000 PE, and again 17,300 CE we are going to be buying 17,600 CE. And if you look at the payoff and the other protections, the probability of win is about 75%, which is pretty good, and we are secured for 3% above and 3.3% below, and the profit is going to be around 2360 rupees, which is near about 4.8%. So this is the status as of now. Our running total on average, we are still making about 3.2%. Our hit ratio is around 83%. Last week we could have made 1200 rupees on the updated trade and the core trade. Although our stop loss was around 2000, which is what the max profit is. But on Monday, the markets opened gap down, and then the stop losses would have hit, and you would have made little more loss in trading. This is what happens, and we would have still been able to be up around 9,000 rupees with maximum margin of about 58,000, which is not bad at all for about a month, less than a month. So in about a month, we are around 20% profit, but not really 20%, 16 to 17% profit we have been able to make in about a month time. So let's go back to the charts and see what we have to talk about today. So here is our last week's chart that we had. Now today's things we are going to be trying one more time again. So last week we thought this is going to be an A move, and then this is a B correction, and then we would have A is equal to C kind of correction, and we expected the markets to go to about 100% of that. I'm not being very accurate, but we not here. We had a target somewhere around 250, 17,250 rupees. That was our target, and exactly that where we had a gap down opening. It happens. I mean, markets will not follow what you want them to be. They are telling you the story, and if you are able to hear their story, then you are able to understand what they would do. So instead of doing 100%, now they are at around 161%, and markets seem to be taking support at this level. So it came down to 161, went up again came to 161, went up again came little broke 161, and then came back again. So I believe that we should be changing our uh, opinion, and then instead of white, we should be drawing in the color of cyan, which is probably going to be white at one point in time, and the plot is going to be, let me just change the color to cyan and mark it to be, this is probably a 1, this is probably a 2, and then this is probably a 3, which will go into a correction somewhere here, 4, and then it would end up with a 5. Okay, so that is how I am expecting but since the fall is not yet over, I'm not very sure if this is going to get arrested here or it will go down. We are going to be putting in some Fibonacci's to figure out where it could end up. So the first Fibonacci level that we had is 1.61%, which is what we had drawn. I just deleted by mistake. I shouldn't have deleted. So that was somewhere here, 16,835, which is where we are at this point in time. And this is one target level that we have. I'm going to put it like this. Second one is, let's go one level above, and let's talk about, let's go to daily. And if you look at daily, we are getting on a correction of this. Okay, so this is a 1 on white line, this is a 2, this is a 3, and then on that 3 we are getting onto a correction. So we are very close to 50% of that correction, which is 16,813. And a 50% correction is a fair correction. 61% correction is also a fair correction. So what I think is the correction is going to be somewhere in between these two levels. Okay, so I am expecting a correction, and I'm going to be putting in white color for that because it's correction on the white line. So this is going to be our range most likely, but it will not come directly from here. In my opinion, if I go to 75 minutes again, in my opinion, we are going to be retracing here. And with the kind of a fall that we had, I am not expecting a huge correction. Let me first delete this 161. The job is done for that 161. And let us plot, let's say the correction is over, then a 50% healthy correction could probably go until 17,350 levels. Okay, so there is a possibility that the markets may go all the way to 17,300 levels, or even 38%. So I expect the markets to close this gap. This is not third of third of third. So this gap the markets will close sooner or later. I think now the markets are going to be looking at targeting at closing this particular gap, but it's not going to be one-sided heavy move. It's gonna be little bit of a slow move. I usually use orange color for the gaps. So I expect the target to be here. Now there are two trades that you could do. Either you could trade for a market to move from here all the way till 17,350 levels, or you could trade on both the sides, because still now the correction is not over. So what I would do is I would wait just a little bit, maybe Monday, how the Monday candle is looking like. And if it is not challenging the lows here, then I would expect this correction to be over. And then I would only do the put side of the story. Okay. And put side of the story, I'm going to be doing same 16,300 or 16,500 also you could write. And you have to buy the protection also. I don't recommend going naked, and then wait for the markets to go up. So that is one possibility that we could do. Another possibility that will happen is markets will continue to fall down more, and then they take the support or whatever, then they start going up. So when they start going up, at that point in time you write the below put. But if you want to go a little defensive and you still have to take the trade, I have given you the trade 17,300 and 16,300. Both sides we could comfortably sell, and then wait for the markets to go sideways from there. The If the market start going up, and if the market start touching 17,200 and other levels, you can move 16,300 up to 16,500 or even to 16,800 levels, so that you are able to get out the loss of the 17,300. So that is what you could do it for the coming week. I'm sure you are going to be able to learn something from what I am talking about. And then once this correction is there, the markets may come back again to 16,500 odd levels, which is about 127% of this correction. I don't know how much of this correction is going to be. So based on that, you would plot these levels and expect these levels to come in. Markets don't follow what I say. I do what I read from the markets, and that is what I'm suggesting you guys to be able to do. So with that, let's hope that markets will honor us and will give us opportunity to make big money. And let's see. So till then, see you next week with more analysis on the market. Cheers. Have a great trading day.